actually on schedule.
You're pressing all these buttons.
What? We're back.
Oh wait, people don't watch, so no one probably noticed.
Hi guys.
Hey guys,
Welcome back to our channel.
welcome back to Built Radio.
Welcome back to Built Radio. So yeah, not that you guys noticed, but we took a break last week.
Yeah.
Not like a specific break. We just didn't have time.
Yeah, look, it was kind of bad time management, but also like not, because we just were busy.
Yeah, we're busy.
girl.
Well, obviously you have a lot of people that come and train with you in different hours of the day, and then I have work on the times that she's not working.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
And then we like had a like time booked, and then like
But it was like a certain time though.
Yeah,
like,
it was very
a
specific.
really short
and then
time frame. Yeah.
something like personal just happened to happen at like the exact same time. So I was like, look, you can't come.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So, seeing as we just got off our break, we thought it'd be fitting if we actually talk about breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When to take a break, when to like learn to listen to your body, and that kind of thing.
And realizing when you're just wanting a break and like just being lazy in general.
Yeah. Or when you actually need one.
Yeah, because there's such a big difference. And catching yourself, oh,
What?
I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway.
All right, maybe I'll talk for a bit.
Please.
So it seems to be a common thing these days that everyone is like on that grind, like the grind never stops, baby, you know, like
Always there, 7 days a week, 24/7.
honestly, like it's a meme, but at the same time it's become so like idolized to constantly be like pushing yourself, like never taking a break from anything.
And now it's kind of become this fad almost that everyone feels like they need to constantly be going to the gym or constantly doing something that they're, wanting to achieve. And almost forgetting that you're human and you need to take a break.
Yeah, and like
things.
people have made it seem like taking a break or like taking a step back is a sign of like weakness, or just push through it, like don't be a girl, like, you know.
So taking a break, it has like this stigma around it. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
The stigma around taking a break. But we're here to call that out.
Yeah, we're calling that out real quick.
Because what I've learned so far with Megan is that I constantly want to push through, thinking that it's because I'm just feeling tired, but I know that I can push through things, not realizing that I could possibly injure myself if I do that. So that's why it's so good for me to have Megan around, being like, no, calm down.
Yeah.
Because I still sometimes don't know the difference between pushing myself or, needing to actually relax.
Yeah, so the first point I want to talk about is kind of learning to listen to your body, and really learning that difference between if you are just kind of making excuses or if you really do need a break. So why don't you start by kind of talking us through like examples of what you've learned?
Well, a recent example is when I was training with Megan, and we decided to not do bench that week because something didn't go our way in training, and I kind of was on the verge of like injuring myself. So I was like, okay, we'll take a break, and it ended up taking like we ended up taking like a 2-week break from bench. And my head, I always thought that if I take a break from bench, that will stop my progress because it is my weakest category. So I came in thinking that my reps will go down, and I just would find the weight so heavy, and basically everything would, my whole progress would just halt. And I came in thinking that, and like accepting that. Like it wasn't like oh my god, it's gonna halt. It was just like, that's normal. You took a 2-week break, naturally you're gonna go down. But to our surprise, I hit 2 PBs on like the first day back on bench, and I just realized that maybe it's just because I was just always on that grind, thinking that I need to always push myself more on bench. So I was always doing a lot of upper body stuff, and I feel like that must have made my body so super exhausted that I couldn't do the other thing that went wrong. And it was such a good feeling to realize that maybe I just needed a break, and breaks aren't all that bad.
Yeah.
Wow, I came back stronger. That's so weird.
I see that all the time with clients. Like, I know it's gonna be a thing usually, but I'm still always surprised just because you don't expect that.
No,
it's like,
no.
yeah, you're right. Like, if you have a break, you think everything's going to be worse when you come back. But, 9 times out of 10, people come back stronger. Like, obviously, depending on, how long the break was and that kind of thing. But,
and obviously, the diet on the break and, like, what you're actually, doing.
Yeah,
I guess.
like, there's factors involved, obviously. But just the general idea of giving your body that rest. And then, once you come back, you'll be surprised to know you've actually recovered and had that time that you need. And... that's when you do get stronger and stuff like that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how our bodies work.
I know. I'm always like learning new things, being surprised all the time.
You mean our body heals when we sleep?
What? Crazy. Who'd have thought it?
Someone write that down.
So I want to actually talk about like some more like sciencey things here, and
I'm a zone out.
Yeah. And just like kind of how this happens, and more like structured ways to implement a break. So obviously, like your example there, it wasn't actually a planned break.
No, yeah.
We weren't meant to do that.
No.
But turns out like your body needed it anyway, and something good came from it. But if you do want to have more structure in there, say you're someone who goes to the gym all the time, 5-6 days a week, whatever it is, and you're, constantly trying to progress and stuff like that. Eventually you're going to need something called a deload week. So if you're either training yourself or you just have a PT who like doesn't really do that, then you probably don't know about this. But a deload week is actually where you'll still go to the gym, you'll just cut everything right back in half. So for example, if you're doing like 3 or 4 sets, you'll really cut that back to 2 and go like, you'll work at like 70%
of your max.
Yeah, kind of, rather than like fully pushing it. And you'll do that for a whole week. And basically what that does is gives your body some of that time to recover whilst you're still putting in a little bit of effort. But obviously it's cut in half. So your body has so much more time to recover and really refresh. But you're not really going to lose any progress because you're still there. You're still doing something. Now, signs that you kind of need to take a deload week or just have a break from the gym is you're not recovering at all. You're always super, super sore. You're noticing like little niggles or injuries.
Yeah.
Or you're just like feeling completely stressed on your body all over. Those are like the main signs that you need to take a step back for a week. Because if you think about it this way, say you see all those signs, but you're just like, oh, I'm just going to push through it anyway. Like, it's fine.
Because sometimes you can mistake that as, am I just being like lazy?
Yeah,
am I just like, being a little bitch?
Yeah. But if you like try to push through that, how are you going to progress anyway? Like, if you're so sore, you like can barely like lift anything, how are you going to get stronger?
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. So that's like a structured example of how to actually implement a break into your plan.
Yeah. And like some signs that I notice about myself, I feel fatigued all the time. Like I always feel like I need a nap, which is like not a normal thing, is it? No. Like I'm always like.
To be fair, your sleep is cooked.
Yeah.
Insomnia.
Let's talk about that next time.
Yeah.
It's a whole new episode.
I'd love to do it. Comment below if you want a podcast on sleep.
My sleep. You know what time I slept today? Oh my gosh.
What?
A little insight. So yesterday I fell asleep. I fell asleep at 8:30 and I woke up at midnight. And then I've been awake since midnight.
If you're not sleeping, you're not recovering. So
for sure.
Go. I tell you all the time, please.
But it's not like I do it on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Again, a whole new episode.
Yeah. Okay, and then touching on that, like another example that's actually like tangible and you can kind of work in to your routine is food wise. So let's say you're on a diet, or you're just trying to lose weight, or you're being like really strict, or whatever it is, you know, you're tracking your macros, you're on a meal plan, whatever. Let's say you've been doing that for a couple months, or even like, you know, a few weeks, and you're starting to feel like you need some sort of a break from that.
Or you just realize your cravings have peaked. I feel like that's one of my signs that I need a break.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. So having a break, this might be like news to people, but having a break from your diet or whatever you're doing right now is okay. And it can actually benefit you in the long run. So 2 things you can actually do are either a refeed or a diet break. So a refeed is basically where you'll have like 1 to 3 days where you put your calories up to either maintenance or slightly above. And that seems like scary to someone who's on a diet. But basically what that is doing is giving your body a chance to eat a bit more food and once again get that recovery. Because if you're not eating enough or you're in a deficit trying to lose fat, your recovery is going to be not optimal. So by just giving yourself a small little break for a few days, that's just going to help to regulate everything again. And then a lot of people notice after that, after their refeed, they'll drop weight.
Yeah.
And it's because you're letting go of that stress. There's like no more inflammation and stuff because you can actually recover. And just mentally as well, if you're just really stressing yourself out mentally about food, having that little break can be super beneficial.
Yeah.
And then the other one, a diet break, is more of an extended version of that where it'll be like 1 to 2 weeks of like fully eating at maintenance calories or slightly above. Yeah. And that's for someone who is like really like struggling and need like a prolonged break. So yeah. So signs, like I gave signs before, like gym wise, signs if you need a break food wise is like, say you're on a diet, you're super fatigued all the time. Once again, you really can't recover. You're like starving 24/7. You have like brain fog and you just like can't really think straight. And lastly, like you're just like not feeling good. You have no energy. You can't focus. Like just generally
basically
not feeling good.
Your entire performance is just going down.
Yeah. And then like you mentioned before, if your cravings are just like totally peaking and you're just going to ruin everything by like binging or something, if it's like getting severe like that, probably best to catch that early and just give yourself a structured break and feed yourself a little bit more. Because
and that does take time, by the way, to like
Definitely.
realize as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I still realize until you catch me out on it to like take a break.
It's hard to learn.
Yeah.
But at least now like
I'm noticing now. Like every now and then I'm
if you
noticing,
have like a list of these signs to watch out for, you can kind of catch yourself early.
Yeah.
So I guess like the main point with taking a break both in the gym and diet wise, like those 2 things together, it's kind of about learning to work with your body and not always trying to fight against it, you know. Yeah. If you're constantly trying to push yourself in the gym, just like slaughter yourself, and then food wise you're constantly trying to eat like super low calories and you're just like straight up not having a good time.
Constantly on that grind.
And you're just kind of ignoring those signs that your body's giving you and just trying to push through, then that's not going to work out for you. Because our bodies are smart. You know, you can't trick your body. If your body is telling you that you are starving, you can't recover, those kind of things, you can't just keep fighting it.
Hello.
I know you want to because, you know, we're impatient over here.
A lot of people do like to fight just because they feel like they're challenging themselves.
Exactly.
And, like that's why it's so easy to be like, I'm just going to push it even harder.
Yeah. But that can be so bad because that can just that can just take you in the complete wrong direction from what you want to get to. I know it seems counterintuitive to take a break when you should be like pushing.
Yeah.
But like try it out and you'll actually see you'll come back in just after a week and
you
feel
could
like
come back stronger,
amazing
and so refreshed. This is not us stigmatizing your grind. Like everyone, like we're not trying to flip it like around saying that the grind is bad and breaks are good. It's just that too much of everything can be really bad for you. Like too much of water, you can drown. Like, you know what?
Nothing is safe.
You get it? They get it.
Wait, no one's listening. Okay, so now that we've kind of talked about more of like the sciencey structured ways of going about taking a break, let's now talk more like generalized.
Yeah.
So if you're more of just like a general lifter who just, you know, works out for general health, this is going to be more for you.
Yeah.
What are some signs that you see within yourself that you kind of need to take a step back?
Oh, when I'm sore in places that I'm not meant to be sore in. Because it comes down to performance. If my technique isn't my best, it's because I'm exhausted and I'm being lazy and not putting my all in it. Because Megan was saying about mind fog, that's such a big thing for me when I'm like really exhausted because my sleep pattern's whack. I tend to not think about how I'm like holding the bar or how I'm not tightening my back or not like engaging my core. And everyone like doesn't realize how many things there is to focus on while just lifting. Everyone just thinks you just go there, drop it, and then you're good. And that's so like mind-boggling to me. Like there's so many like things for it to go right. Wait, what?
Yeah.
There's so many ways like lifting could go wrong because you're not thinking in the right ways. And that comes to being 100% in tune with your body at that moment. And that's why it's so easy to fail during competitions because your mind is like, oh my gosh, competition. Oh my gosh, there's my competitors. Oh my gosh, she's lifting heavier than me. Oh my gosh, she's she's obviously going to beat me in this. Like basically you're psyching yourself out and your train of thought is everywhere but where it's meant to be. And it's so much easier to focus when you've had your break and you feel refreshed and you're realizing that it's about you at this moment and how you're going to perform. And performance is always best when you've kind of recovered.
Good, yeah.
I mean, you feel good and you're recovered, and that's when it's 100. Like you're like, yeah, cool,
yeah. So go. For like I guess like a general kind of person, what that would look like is if you're having like just a really mentally tough day or you've like been emotional and you're just not like fully there, probably don't go to the gym that day.
Yeah.
Unless you know it's gonna, like for you, if the gym is gonna make you feel better and improve your mood, then go. But if you're emotional or like just foggy up in your head, then it's probably not gonna be the best. And like you said before, if you're like fully distracted up here, that's when injuries can happen.
Oh yeah.
If you're sick and you're tossing up whether or not you should train, let's say you just have like a head cold and you're like a bit sniffly, but like you're feeling fine, then yeah, sure, train. Just obviously don't get anyone sick. But
don't go into the sauna oh my goodness, the amount of times
horror story. She's gotten sick so many times
because people go into the sauna. I go in and I'm like, yes, I just had a good workout, and I'm sitting there relaxing, and then all I hear is it just travels.
It's in me.
I can't go back now. That's it. I'm sick for like 2 weeks.
So don't get anyone sick. If you're feeling like completely run down though, and like your whole body is feeling unwell, or like you've vomited or something like that,
big red flag.
Do not go to the gym. Like, dude, take a break. And and lastly, if you're like actually injured or you're just like feeling some niggles here and there, probably best to like get that looked at or like get a massage or something like that.
Well, it depends what pain it is.
Yeah, like it depends what kind of like thing it is. But if you're just like about to push through this like thing that you know isn't feeling right, that's not going to end well.
I feel so attacked.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like last week she has been feeling this thing in her glute.
Yeah.
And
this is my one glute.
Yeah, and we were doing deadlifts, and like we'd just done a set, and she was like, "Oh, I'm feeling it a bit," and I was like, "Okay, let's cut it there." And she was like, "No, I want to do it again." And I was like, "No." I'm biased because I used to have like back issues, and I didn't know, and when it did start hurting, I just pushed through it because I thought it was fine, and then I had a bad back for like 2 years. Yeah. So, you know, like take it from me, do not push through anything that's really bad. Go get it looked at as soon as you can, whether it's like from a physio or, you know, get an x-ray or whatever. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Annika.
Oh, physio. Physio scare me. I don't know.
Yes scale.
Yeah, it's a yes, yeah. So I'm gonna go. I need to do physio for sure and like actually get a full like baddie? A full body massage and like a cool down. I'm starting to think about actually doing ice baths, like looking for like those places like they do like a full cool down on just your body. It's like
that'd be so brutal.
It's like, is it what, liquid nitrogen or something?
I don't know.
It probably isn't. That sounds dangerous. But like it's basically like this thing that it's a room that's only just for your like
right?
I don't
Cryotherapy.
Yeah, that sounds cool. We should do that together. We'll do a vlog.
Oh, girl.
After we do like a full day of like working out or something,
yeah.
like rock climbing.
Yeah.
And then freezing ourselves.
Yes. Also, your hair is like getting stuck on.
Is it? Sorry.
But yeah, you should go to the physio.
Yeah, I should go to physio.
Anyway, tangent. Now that we've kind of discussed all that, like what to look for, like signs that you need a break, that kind of thing. Now I want to talk about the opposite kind of thing. How do you know if you're just being a baby? Basically. Like, how do you know if you're just making excuses? Yeah. That kind of thing. So this is kind of when you should actually push through.
Yeah.
So say you like are just having a bit of like a meh day and you're just like, I don't know, not feeling like there's nothing inherently wrong. You're just like not really feeling it and you're not feeling motivated. Those are the kind of days that you can just push through that and get yourself to the gym, because 9 times out of 10 you're probably gonna feel better afterwards. Like you'll go in like feeling like it's not gonna be a good session, and then you can come out like having a great session. Like you hear that all the time, and
it'll just change your entire day. And,
exactly. And you'll get some happy endorphins, like that kind of thing. So if you're just having like a day and you're like, you know, feeling not motivated, you can push through that kind of thing and feel accomplished afterwards.
For sure.
Yeah. And then as well as that, like if you're just having a lazy day where you're just being a bit of a sloth and you're, you know, just wanting to lay in bed watching Netflix, you should probably like
get up and do something. You don't even have to go to the gym. Don't even touch the gym. Even just go for a walk. Like sometimes that helps.
The gym.
Why am I the gym? Yeah, go for a walk. Do something that's exciting, but like, I don't know, like go to the beach. Like, easy for us to say though. Like people probably aren't from. I know my friends in England.
Oh,
they'll probably listen like, Annika, what beach? In what weather? But yeah, like, you know, take your dog out for a walk. Take someone else's dog out for a walk if you don't have a dog.
Yeah. Last point here, like if you're just feeling like a bit tired, like you, I don't know, like you'd prefer to sit down or lay down.
Like you.
No. Yeah. Like if you prefer to just lay down, but you know, you're not like exhausted, you're just, you know, being a bit of a baby, then you can push through that and just get yourself to the gym, get it done, go home, then you can sleep, you know. And
that comes with understanding your body.
Yeah,
like, are you being lazy or are you genuinely needing a break?
So all these points combined are like something to just be aware of and consider. Like just start looking out for these signs, and I guess over time you'll eventually learn like the difference between the two. But yeah, that can only really come from time and really just listening to your body and actually looking at what it's telling you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like with anything, it comes with time and practice and, you know, self-discipline and we're all going on that journey. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let us know how you're going. All of our social media links down below. Plugs, everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, have a chat with us. Like, I know some people have come and talk to us, which is really nice, and telling us.
We really appreciate the messages. So
really
please,
sweet.
Keep it up. Keep messaging us. I love it.
It makes us feel more motivated too, because I know like a few people have messaged us saying that it's really helped them come out of their comfort zone, or like push them to get out and try new things, and
that makes my heart so happy.
We just constantly send each other like screenshots of messages, and it's like the best feeling ever, because it comes out of nowhere. Yeah, we love you guys. We love the 20 people that are
honestly though.
No, but like thank you for all the support and love that's coming our way, and just know that we're giving it straight back.
Yeah,
it's really
we're doing this for you.
But yeah, that was cringe. Let's go back. Let's dial it down a bit.
Okay.
Oh,
okay, so I think the final point I want to make on this is just do not feel bad for having a break. Like it shouldn't be seen as a bad thing anymore to not be on that grind. Maybe the grind does stop, you know?
Taking care of myself, I do know her.
Yeah. Honestly, like, that's how we need to kind of turn things around. Because, I joke about it too. I'm just sick of, like, people saying no days off, and, you know, like, when people just look down at you for not working hard, and it's like, well, then it just comes down to working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you're completely pushing yourself 24/7 and you're getting burnt out, you're getting run down, how are you gonna like get better at anything?
Yeah.
The person who's back here, like say you're up here, you're grinding, like you're pushing through everything, and this person back here takes a little break, right? And then eventually this person's gonna come to a complete halt because they're just like burnt out. And that's when this person will catch up and be further along.
No, everyone knows that story.
Yeah. Tortoise in the hair, motherfucker.
Whoa. She's like, she read my mind. I was like, but yeah, that's so true. Like,
honestly though, like, you think you're falling behind if you take a break, but you're not. You're going to overtake everyone because you're being smart, you're listening to your body, you're working with your body.
Yeah.
And you know what's up.
Who's that gymnast? Niall Wilson. He always says, train smart and keep it real. Like, being real with yourself and training. How can you train smarter and get the results that you want without working so aggressively?
Exactly.
I guess. Yeah. Because working so aggressively could damage a lot of things to you.
Yeah. So just understand, take a break when you need. It's gonna be better in the long run. Like, no one should be thinking any less of you for taking a step back.
And if they do, you know what? You're going to come out on top anyways, because you're going to be your best self.
Yeah, you're smart about it.
Yeah.
And you know how to take care of yourself, which always comes first.
Yeah.
And if you're not 100%, you can't look after anyone, you can't do anything. So, you know.
Gotta think about...
Look after you, boo.
Yeah, look after you, boo.
Hashtag self-care.
Hashtag self-love. Hashtag. Yes, yeah.
Alright, well, I think we got through that pretty smooth.
Yeah. I hope you guys... Yeah, we did it. Let's go, get it.
Also, we have some, like, cool guests coming up. And we're so excited.
Yeah, so get excited for the next 2 episodes.
Yes, guests. Woo. If you have any, like, cool stories that you want to share, please just inbox us, because we're happy to, you know, consider some guests and stuff. We already obviously have a few picked out, but I'd love to I love hearing other people's stories. Exactly. And I think everyone has something to share.
For sure.
And
we all have something to learn.
Yeah, we can learn from everyone.
Shoot us a message, yeah,
we're open to anything.
For sure. Well, again, thanks so much for watching, and anyways,
gotta go!
Gotta go.
Oh, girl. Oh.